Israel Adesanya versus Paulo Costa took place in the main event of UFC 253. Adesanya versus Costa, and it's just wrapped up. It's just finished. Israel Adesanya finishes him in the second round by TKO, lands some good leg kicks as well. I noticed Paulo Costa in the fight had cup marks on his legs, and Adesanya just went straight to attacking the legs in the first round, chopping them down. Anderson Silva even didn't feel the leg kicks that much and survived a bit longer than Paulo Costa, because even Brad Tavares could take those leg kicks and the punches of Adesanya, and now Adesanya just clips Paulo Costa in the second round and gets the finish. Good finish from Adesanya, TKO in the second. Dominant win. There wasn't a real moment in the fight where Adesanya was in danger, as a lot of people expected. A lot of people, I believe, had the prediction of Adesanya, but they were predicting that maybe he went out there and survived, and then came back in the third and fourth and fifth, getting the finish against an already gassed out Paulo Costa. But no, in fact, there was no chance of Paulo Costa gassing out. So Paulo Costa fans, that's not going to be an excuse here. Paulo Costa couldn't have gassed out because he didn't put... I mean, he couldn't have gassed out because he didn't use any gas the entire fight. He just sort of stood there, mocking Adesanya the entire fight, putting his arms out, saying that Adesanya missed a head kick, and mocking him to a crowd that doesn't exist. So I don't know what reaction he was trying to get, maybe playing it up for the cameras and stuff. And yeah, just stood there in front of Adesanya and fainted, and stood there, and then fainted a bit more, and then stood there again, ate a leg kick, mocked Adesanya, and then stood there, and then, fainted, and did nothing, and then leg kick from Adesanya, and then Paulo Costa did something crazy next. You wouldn't believe it. Stood there, mocked Adesanya, ate another leg kick, did nothing, and then something else crazy happened afterwards. Paulo Costa stood there, fainted at Adesanya, got leg kicked, did nothing. Another great moment in the fight that happened. Israel Adesanya was just all over him, outclassed him, just destroyed him. Nothing Paulo Costa had for him. Like, not even... I mean, Paulo Costa didn't have anything for him, but, like, it's just nothing... Like, there was nothing to have. There was nothing to be halved, if that's even a word. There was nothing to be given to Adesanya. Like, Paulo Costa showed up with an empty magazine, just stood there, and just... It was weird. It was a weird vibe. And I know I'm not alone in this, thinking it was a weird vibe. I know Adesanya fans are already disliking it. They probably already disliked the video because I haven't started the video with me deep-throating and wanking over a picture of Israel Adesanya. That's enough for them to dislike the video, so they've already done it. But they're going to dislike this one because it was weird. I know it was. It was a weird fucking fight. I thought Paulo Costa was going to win this fight by first round TKO. I picked that to happen. No one else picked that to happen, pretty much. I thought I was going to nail it with a good underdog win. I thought Paulo Costa would go out there. This was my prediction. Push Adesanya back against the cage. Swing like crazy for him in the first round. Not let Adesanya settle into position and start with his feints. And just go balls to the wall as soon as the fight started, until eventually cracking Adesanya and getting him out of there. But instead, Paulo Costa just... went out there and stood there and watched Adesanya and let Adesanya settle in, and then tried to out-kickbox Adesanya with single shots. Not a single combination was thrown this fight by Paulo Costa at all. Didn't have any forward momentum, did not cut off the cage at all, just stood there and accepted leg kick after leg kick whilst mocking Adesanya. What did Paulo Costa think was going to happen? What did he think was going to happen? I don't understand what he expected. Did he just expect, I'll KO him? I don't understand what his mindset was going into that. That was the weirdest game plan I've ever seen in my life. He literally went out there and, I guess in the back of his mind, just, I'm Paulo Costa. I'll KO him. Paulo Costa, I'll KO him. Easy. Easy win for Costa. Costa, you've got to throw punches. I'll KO him. Doesn't matter. Don't even have to throw him. He'll KO him. Costa, combinations, move forward, cut off the octagon, try and beat Adesanya. I'll eat leg kicks. I'll KO him. You give me a second. And then it's over for Paulo Costa, and he gets TKO'd by Adesanya. Weird punch he got clipped with. They weren't showing it too many times in the highlights. I'm assuming they're not going to show it in the highlights moving forward, because it's not really like a highlight, boom, with a big shot. It was kind of a glancing, grazing middle knuckle to the side of the head around this area here. I guess the lower temple. Couldn't KO Tavares or anyone, but Costa just can't take them shots. Yeah, just that was all it for him. As soon as he takes that shot, he got head kicked before, but that was foot to face, so it wasn't like shin or anything like that wrapping around the back of his head. So he got clipped with it, but he was okay, still good. Still looking for shots, got hit with a jab, and then just a glancing left hook, just bounced off the side of his cheekbone. with the middle knuckle towards his lower temple, and then, yeah, that Costa who ate haymakers off Yoel Romero for 15 minutes just couldn't take the damage of a glancing, grazing knuckle on the side of his face that probably should have cut him, if anything. But yeah, Paulo Costa lost. Good performance from Adesanya. He got the job done. One thing I did notice from Adesanya that I'm going to mention straight away here in the reaction video is he has a tit now. I don't know why that's happened, but he has a right tit. I have tits. I don't care. A lot of people have tits. Okay, I don't have ripped, solid pectoral muscles. I understand. I know that's what the 12-year-old anime fans are going to come back with towards me in this video, because I'm not giving Adesanya great credit here. But he had a weird tit. I've never seen that before. A lot of people said torn pectoral. A lot of people said gyno from steroids. That can happen to people, but he must have tore his pectoral or something that we don't know about, and I couldn't find out that. So if anyone wants to look it up and see if he tore his pectoral, or anyone knows personally from any video they've seen where he mentioned tearing his pectoral muscle, that would be interesting to know, because he's got magniitis, old magni tits, on his right tit. It's weird. It's like it's drooping. He was jumping around backstage and it was flapping. Like, weird. I've never seen it on Adesanya. It was like a weird growth of, like a fat pouch of a tit. Like it. People are talking about gyno, how sometimes when you come... I'm not saying that Adesanya's on steroids. There's different people that would be on steroids, including someone who was in the octagon with Adesanya. If anyone's going to be on steroids, it's just weird to see out of nowhere. He must have tore his pectoral at some point, maybe over the time off or something. You never know. But still, yeah, Israel Adesanya catches him, second round. I thought Paulo Costa was going to go out there, put the pressure on him, throw combinations non-stop, put his chin down, march forward, push Adesanya into the cage with a clinch, body shots against Adesanya in the clinch. Try and take him down, maybe with the grappling and the jiu-jitsu black belt and stuff like that. But the game plan for Paulo Costa was to go out there against Israel Adesanya, the kickboxing phenom, and feint with him and try and go leg kick for leg kick, but not leg kick for leg kick, just leg kick to nothing, kind of. But he gets the leg kick, so not like he's throwing leg kicks, just. So the game plan was like, go out there, stand there, mock him, and eat leg kicks all night fucking long, like you love it, you dumb, stupid cunts. But all good, Paulo Costa. I just think he didn't show up at all, and I'll take the dislikes for that, because I think it's the fucking truth. He didn't fucking show up to fight at all. He acted like it was already over. Some weird arrogance about him that... I thought the entire week, every single thing that happened, I was like, oh yeah, Costa wins them. First on the scale, 185, somehow winning the face-offs. Adesanya getting emotional at the weigh-ins, trying to whip Costa back with the white belt. Adesanya getting out-trash-talked by a guy who knows like a fucking 50th of the English language. Somehow, Paulo Costa, with his limited understanding of the English language, with about 5 words every now and again he has to cycle through his brain, was able to out-trash-talk Adesanya. Israel Adesanya, that really cool hip guy, got out trash talked by Costa. I thought, oh my god, I predicted Costa to win. It seems like it's all going to fall into place. But no, he just went out there and stood there, which is weird. I don't know what he was doing. Maybe he was trying... Someone mentioned in the chat in my stream that maybe he was trying to conserve himself for the later rounds. But why? Why would you try and do that against Israel Adesanya, a guy who gets better as the fight goes on? You're only going to be more tired than him in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th anyway, so you're eating leg kicks. What are you conserving? You're just going to lose your leg in the process. But yeah, Israel Adesanya just kept throwing leg kicks, and Costa just ate them all. No problem. Keep eating leg kicks. The whole fight, did nothing back whatsoever. Occasionally he would come forward for a body kick that would land. Has good body kicks. We knew that coming into this. He showed great body kicks against Uriah Hall, but just... yeah, other than that, nothing. Just stood there, accepted it. And a good win from Adesanya, I guess. He made Costa look like an amateur, but I just think Costa didn't show up at all. Like he just wasn't even there. Like he just... yeah, weird one. But Adesanya wins, and now I guess we get to see Adesanya versus the winner of Whittaker Cannonier. I guess would be good. Whittaker would be kind of hard to sell as a rematch, but you know, you could always argue that now Whittaker's back and he's got momentum and it could be different, and that could be the promo. Cannonier, if he beats Whittaker, that would be a good promo because it'd be someone who he hasn't fought before, so that would be a good matchup I'd like to see. So we'll see what happens there. That's a good matchup, but we're going to have to wait to see that. So Adesanya, I don't see him moving up for the big money fight of Jan Blachowicz either, so that kind of takes away that. Maybe if it was Reyes, maybe Adesanya would move up, but I don't know if he mentioned anything about that in his post-fight speech. He just mentioned like the haters and because he's 30 and stuff, you know. So interesting fight. Good win from Adesanya. Slow fight. It wasn't as action-packed as we anticipated. I mean, this was supposed to be fight of the year, but like, you know, Costa just stood there and accepted leg kicks over and over and over and over again, and then did nothing back, and then accepted more leg kicks quickly. Give me more leg kicks, quick, please. Give me more leg kicks, and I'm not going to throw anything back, and I'm just going to sit here and lose. Good job, Paulo Costa. Israel Adesanya gets it done. Good performance. 20-0, undefeated. If he keeps defending, you know, if he goes on the Anderson Silva type record, what's his defensives now? So he wins against Gastelum, but that was interim, so it doesn't count. Unifies against Whittaker, that's one. Defends against, so it's 2 defenses now. Nice. If he wins again, which he probably will, against the winner of Cannonier Whittaker, I don't see them beating him. The only person I see beating Adesanya at middleweight right now is Jack Hermansson, I would say. Is the only one I could see having a bit of a chance. But just because of the grappling. The grappling is a difference. You know, like, Yoel Romero is an Olympic wrestler, but he's shit at grappling. And that's a fact. He doesn't take anyone down. And he can't get anyone down. So he's shit. But still, yeah, Paulo Costa. Yeah, haymakers all day long against Yoel, but heaven forbid Israel Adesanya's small knuckle or bottom 3 knuckles land somewhat on the side of your face and graze your cheek, or it's all over, you know? Paulo Costa's chin, weird. Was his first time making 185 pounds, but he didn't look that bad on the scales. Like, it's not like we saw him like Aspen Ladd versus Jermaine Durandamy get up on the scales all shaking and trembly, so it wasn't a weight cut. He wasn't gassed. He wasn't anything. He just stood there. Yeah, there's not much to break down. That was kind of the fight. Adesanya landed some good shots and stuff, but mainly just Costa standing there and telling Adesanya to kick his leg, which Adesanya would do, and then Costa would point at his leg again and say, kick it, and then Adesanya would kick his leg, and then Paulo Costa would say, you missed, and then kick my leg again, if you're bad, and then Adesanya would kick his leg again, and then Costa would say, you know, kick it again, and then Adesanya would kick it again. It was a funny thing that happened, but yeah, good fight. Adesanya wins. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Weird night of fights though, but good stuff from Adesanya. 2-2 City Kickboxing. Riddell got the win, Cara France lost, and Shane Young lost, so at least they finished it on a high note, I guess, would be a good thing for them. But yeah, if you know anything about Israel Adesanya's new tit, then let me know. Yeah, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Click that button there. Goodbye. For Paulo Costa next, actually, as well. Quick mention. Probably the loser of Whittaker Cannonier. Getting back in the spotlight if they lose would be ideal, maybe. You know. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. Click that button there. See you later. Toodle pit.